How did queer youth historically build mutual aid communities? Imagine a world where mainstream systems often turn their backs on LGBTQ+ youth. In those times, young queer people had to find their own ways to survive and thrive. They created support networks that were built on trust, shared experiences, and a deep sense of community. These groups provided more than just basic needs like food and shelter. They offered emotional comfort and a sense of belonging that was missing elsewhere. Back in the 1970s, transgender activists Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera started the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries. They opened homes and shelters for homeless queer and trans youth rejected by their families. These homes became safe spaces where young people could live without fear. They also created what were called houses, which acted like chosen families. These houses provided mentorship, support, and a feeling of family for those who lacked it in their biological families. During the HIV/AIDS crisis in the 1980s and 1990s, LGBTQ+ communities stepped up again. Lesbian and queer activists organized care networks that offered bedside vigils, blood drives, and harm reduction programs like clean needle exchanges. These efforts filled a huge gap left by government neglect and medical discrimination. They became vital lifelines for those affected by the epidemic. In Black and Latinx queer communities, ballroom culture emerged as a way to build mutual aid. Houses in ballroom culture served as supportive families. They offered mentorship, social connection, and a safe space for young people to express themselves. These houses helped youth navigate rejection from their biological families and society at large. The idea of families of choice also grew from these efforts. LGBTQ+ youth formed close-knit peer groups that acted as emotional and practical support systems. These groups helped protect mental health and provided comfort during tough times. With the rise of the internet, digital spaces like Tumblr and Facebook became new places for mutual aid. Queer youth shared resources, advice, and emotional support online. These platforms expanded access to community beyond physical spaces. All these efforts show how queer youth built mutual aid communities by helping each other directly. They shared resources like housing, food, and emotional support, especially when mainstream systems failed them. These communities were based on trust, solidarity, and the understanding that they needed each other to survive and flourish. They created spaces where LGBTQ+ youth could feel safe, accepted, and supported, which continues to inspire today's peer support networks focused on mental health and emotional well-being.